Hi, I'm Paweł Spychalski and today welcome to the 2-video mini-series on how to throw and how not to throw a flying wing. You know, those small, usually around 1 meter, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller airplanes that are, well, majority of the flying thingies, fixed wing flying thingies we use in the RC hobby. I wanted to record a material like that for more than 2 years and finally decided it's time, so let's do it. This is the first video in the series in which I will tell you how not to do it. What are the most dangerous mistakes you can make during the attempt to throw this thing into the air to launch it. And in the second video that I will record just after this one, what will be published a week later, we will cover the 2 basic methods of doing so, which guarantee basically the most of the chances of succeeding. So let's go with how not to throw a flying wing. Mistake number 1, not correctly set up center of the gravity. Center of the gravity is a must-have part of the initial setup of the flying wing that you just have to do. If you will not pay enough of the attention for the correct center of the gravity, you will crash, definitely you will crash, you will not be able to fly this thing without being really an expert in the launch procedure. So, triple check center of the gravity, consult the manual, and for the first throw ever of the airplane, even move the center of the gravity slightly forward. It will make the model slightly more controllable. Then, after the next throws, you will be able to move it slightly backward to have overall nicer performance after the throw. Mistake number 2 is not paying attention to the wind direction. It's super important. Right now, the wind, kinda strong wind, is coming from that direction. So you should be throwing your wing in that direction, always into the wind. If you will not throw your airplanes into the wind, it might be a stressful event, because while throwing with the wind, so wind from that direction, I'm throwing into that direction, you are facing a possibility that you just have to throw faster, stronger, because the stall speed will be higher. You are going with the wind, so your throw has to be more energetic, and there is a higher chance of the stall during the takeoff and virtually dive and crash, and you don't want to do it. But even worse than throwing with the wind, it's throwing 90 degrees from the wind direction. Like I mentioned, wind is coming from that direction, so this is the correct direction of throwing the wing. If I would throw a wing this direction with wind coming from here, what would happen? Probably right now you can see a video of this thing crashing and like things falling apart, because when you do it like that, any gust of wind that will go under this part of the wing will just cause a roll and tumble to the ground without basically any chance of the recovery. So never, absolutely never, throw 90 degrees to the direction of the wing. If you are sure of your model, with the wind is okay sometimes, but still the best direction is directly into the wind. The third mistake is thinking that this thing can be thrown like a discus launch glider, that this thing can recover from you giving any spin on the yaw axis. So something like that, throw like that into the air, might succeed only when you are really an expert in the method. And this is a very light model that does not require a lot of velocity during the takeoff. And even if you are doing this by holding by the tip of the wing, never, absolutely never give the model any speed by the movement of your wrist. What you have to do is always try to make the model go into one line. Doing something like that or something like that, or basically any method of throwing by holding by the tip of the model, if this is not really like super light foamy with a lot of power, will result in a lot of problems. So something like that, this will immediately go into the flat spin and crash, and you will have a problem. So how to do it? Let's cover that in the next video in this mini series. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one. Bye bye.